He almost died on stream. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, we're talking about Clav over here, my boy. Clav almost died on stream. I don't know how. But today we're gonna react to He Almost Died on Stream by AugustTheDuck. Without further ado, let's just get straight to it.
Sorry, I can't
Took a
even.
long.
I'm absolutely gone.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, let me go sit somewhere. Dude, I'm gone.
Guys, things are getting really bad for one particular streamer, and I think a lot of us have honestly seen this coming. I think we all kind of knew that it was going to get bad sooner or later, but it's manifested itself in one of the scariest ways it probably could, and I mean, this is it. This is the turning point. This is potentially the beginning of the end. If something does not change here quickly with our friend Clavicular, he's probably not going to be our friend that much longer. Guys, the keen and observant AugustTheDuck viewer may have noticed something over the last month or so. Now look, if you didn't notice this, it's really not that big of a deal. I am going to think less of you, but you really shouldn't let that affect you as much as you're probably going to want to. We can rebuild. If you've really been paying attention over the last month or so, you've probably noticed that we have talked about Clavicular a lot on this channel. It feels like it's pretty much been once a week, and usually when I make those videos, it's like a funny haha thing.
I understand what's happening. But Clev, apparently he was doing too much, bro. He was doing too much, and at the end of the day, he just passed out. He passed out like crazy and doesn't want to wake up.
Clavicular does something stupid, we point and laugh, and then we get serious for like the last 2 minutes of the video, and I say something usually along the lines of like, if somebody doesn't step in at some point, shit's gonna get bad for the guy.
Yeah, that's why I need to step in to protect you. It's me. I step in to protect, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Fortunately, it seems like we have kind of hit that point. As of right now, it is being reported that yesterday, Clavicular OD'd while he was live streaming. Now, this has not been
So your ass killed somebody on a fucking Tesla. You killed him. You shot a flipping dead or an alive alligator. I don't even know that. How the hell aren't you in jail? Shouldn't Florida police or Florida animal safety take you or something? You shot while there were 3 people on the boat when the rule literally says 1,000 meters away to fire an arm. This motherfucker doesn't get arrested soon, he is gonna die. You choose, you wanna get arrested or die? My choice is you go to jail, gang. Go to jail. It's no big difference for you here.
Confirmed by like Clavicular or his team, but the footage looks really bad. There was a 911 call about a young man overdosing at the restaurant Clavicular was at. The stream was immediately ended after his friends and his team noticed. There is footage of his bodyguards carrying him out of the restaurant, and the stream has since been deleted. So I mean, we can't say without a doubt that this is exactly what happened, but it really does seem like this is probably the case. And I mean, as unfortunate as this is to say, I feel like this is something that a lot of us saw coming. Now we're going to look at part of the footage from the stream here in a minute. I'm not going to be playing like the 911 call or the footage of him being carried out of the restaurant because I just don't think it's really necessary for this video. Now this is kind of a difficult subject to cover because on one hand, Clavicular is a guy who has been given many chances to prove himself as like a halfway decent person.
I think a bit too many chances, a bit too much, bro. And half of the things that you're done, I can't even do, because if I just do one of them, I'm going to jail. And the amount of money I'm about to give, they won't free me out, bro. My ass is gonna be there, but you somehow have connections or money. He has something that makes him free. We made the wrong guy famous at the end of the day, bro. Wrong guy.
And at pretty much every chance he's been given, he has failed. He's also a guy who has been promoting experimental peptides and illegal drugs to teenagers ever since he blew up. So I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard for me to find any sympathy for the guy. At the same time, however, this guy just turned 20 a few months ago. He's been
You're fucking 20 and you're doing so. No fucking way. No fucking way. I'm about to sing that shit out. You're fucking 20. You're young. Your jawline gets better alone, boy. Alone. Motherfucker did a 20 and doing overdoses and shit, bro. How are you fucking 20, bro? Holy shit.
teenager for pretty much the entire time he's been blowing up on the internet. And I mean, historically, like half of the teenagers who attain the kind of fame and attention this guy has gotten don't handle it all too well. Does that excuse any of the shit he's done? Absolutely not. The only reason I say that really is because while I'm not going to find much sympathy for the guy, I'm also not going to sit here and be like, yippee, this finally happened. He finally OD'd. I've been seeing a lot of that on the internet and I just don't really buy into that. I'm just hoping that this can be sort of a wake-up call for him. I'm not super hopeful though, if I'm being honest. Millions of people across the internet have been telling him to wake up every single day, pretty much ever since he got popular, so if he didn't listen then, I don't really know why he'd listen now. To be fair, I guess this gets into territory that's a bit different than what Clavicular is normally critiqued for. Obviously, he has been critiqued for his drug usage in the past, but I feel like a lot of people, myself included, but maybe it was just me though, thought that all the talk about like using meth to get lean was just a joke, like shit for a clip, but this kind of thing breaks the fourth wall, and like when it gets outed that you're doing fentanyl recreationally, which a lot of people seem to think that's what's happening here, you might start to get a different genre of wake-up calls. I guess we'll just have to see. Please subscribe.
Nice to meet you. How are you, man? What's up, brother?
Yo, how tall is he, chat?
Oh my god. Alright, take care, bro.
How tall is he, chat, you know?
Can you take it?
Did I take it?
The guy looks 6 foot, like on the spot.
Sorry, I
On
can't
the spot,
even.
6 foot.
I'm absolutely gone. Holy fuck.
Boy, the man looks drunk already while taking photos with the fan. The man can't even speak. He's dead. Just look.
I can't even. I'm absolutely gone.
The guy literally said, I'm absolutely gone, bro. Absolutely gone. So obviously he's gonna pass out soon.
Holy fuck.
Oh shit. Thank
Holy
you.
shit. Take care.
Yeah, so I mean, as you can see, he seems pretty fucked up. I'm not an expert on drugs or anything. I know that might come as a surprise to some of you, but no, I did not turn down a real medical career to pursue YouTube. But I mean, I feel like once you get to the point where you can no longer hold an iPhone, you probably took too much.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Holy Oh my god, yeah. No, I'm having a good time. Holy fuck. Yeah, let me go sit somewhere.
If this guy's a pedophile, bro, I think he's gonna be arrested finally, bro. If this man, I'm not gonna be surprised if I found this man on the Epstein Island next week. His new stream in the Epstein Island, sneaking in Epstein Island Clavicular on stream, even though it's gonna hit. Wait, now I think about it, it's gonna hit. Yo, you should do that.
Holy fuck. Let's go sit down right here. Oh yeah? Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy fuck.
Okay, so I feel like it's pretty obvious that his friends and his team, like his bodyguards, are aware that he's on something. You know, generally you don't ask somebody if they're okay like 7 times in a 30-second span unless you know that there's a very real chance that they might not be. And I think that this just really goes to show that somebody who actually cares about this guy should really probably get involved with him. You know, I'm sure he hasn't made that all too easy based off some of the interviews he's given, but when somebody is losing all cognitive function in front of you, the answer is not let's go sit in a bar.
How fucked are you?
What?
How fucked up are you?
Dude, I'm gone. Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god, I was late shit.
Holy fuck.
Holy me.
So it's at this point that I think the bodyguard tells the cameraman to take the camera off of Clav, and I think it's pretty likely that he goes and tells somebody to call 911. You can see it because there's a mirror. He whispers something in the cameraman's ear and then he walks off, and the stream ends like 20 seconds after this. Shit looks pretty bad.
How do you feel?
There's no sound. Oh, they mute it. They mute it. Yeah, we don't care about you all, bro. Yeah,
When did you last take blues?
Clav went to sleep, bro.
You want natty? You want natty?
Okay, so that's pretty much all we've got. The stream ends like 10 seconds after this, and those last 10 seconds are pretty much the only evidence we have to like what actually happened here. According to Twitter users and Google, the two most bulletproof sources on Earth, when somebody says the term blue in the context of drug usage, it's referring to a counterfeit oxycodone pill that is typically laced with fentanyl. Now, apparently there are other things the term can refer to, but it seems like this is likely the case, especially since his friend asks him if he wants an Addy once he realizes that he's like really fucking gone. This was a big talking point on Twitter because a lot of people were like, oh my god, this guy's a terrible friend, but apparently it's a pretty common misconception that if you're ODing on a downer, that using a stimulant like an Adderall can help you. Now again, apparently it's a misconception, but it seems like his friend was trying to help him because he knew what he was on. Now, like I mentioned, that's where the stream ended, and still nothing has really been confirmed yet. However, again, the keen and observant AugustTheDuck viewer would know that my sleep schedule has been absolutely fucking terrible for the last few weeks. So when I started filming this video, it was like 4 in the morning. Now it is not 4 in the morning. And in that time, Clavicular has gone live again, and he said this.
What happened? Nothing. I'm not gonna really get into it too much. Don't really want to talk about it, not gonna lie. Don't really want to talk about that. But I ain't gonna be doing any of that shit anymore.
So
I am sorry, but what the fuck did I just see? Screw Clav. Look at Clav's friend. Remember the guy with the bald head, the blonde hair, the blonde hair.
Not gonna really get into it too much. Don't really want to talk about it, not gonna lie. Don't really want to talk about that. But I ain't gonna be doing.
This motherfucker was using a wig this entire time. Yo. I'm not gonna say a word or two. I'm not gonna say a word or two, chat. I'm not gonna say a word or two. I'm not gonna say a word or two. I'm not gonna say a word or two. Embrace your baldness, my guy. This is just weird.
Really want to talk about it, not gonna lie. Don't really want to talk about that. But
This man, nah, you fucking
I
weird.
feel like that's probably the mindset of a lot of people who have a close call like this. How long that will actually be his mindset, who really knows? I mean, like 10 seconds after he says this, he goes straight into promoting a club that he's apparently going to be at tonight. So I mean, like, I feel like this guy is surrounded by the wrong people. Hot take, I know. But there's a difference between being surrounded by people who are just pieces of shit and being around people who are pieces of shit that can like affect your safety and your health. And clearly we are dealing with the latter here. Like, look, don't get me wrong, this guy is responsible for his own actions. He's not some helpless kid. But I mean, like, if you have a team that actually cares about your well-being, like, at all, they're gonna say, you know what, Clavicular, you just fucking OD'd last night. Let's call off the club promo for the night. Let's stay in. But instead, there's some guy off camera saying, hey, dude, you gotta film this promo. You gotta film this video. Like, this dude's in a bad spot. Now, did he put himself in that spot? Absolutely. But he's probably not gonna be able to get out of it unless he distances himself from this team and these people that he's calling his friends. I mean, when you're 20 years old and you're running a stack, you're doing every single peptide under the sun, you're drinking every night, and then you start doing opioids, you're not gonna live very long. If something does not change, this guy's gonna die, and it's gonna be soon. And that's a terrible thing to have to say about somebody, but I mean, it's just true. This has happened time and time again to influencers who have lived a similar lifestyle to Clavicular. If this guy has truly been running a stack since he was 14 like he claims, and now he's drinking while using opioids to the point where you're ODing, this guy's gonna die in like the next year if something doesn't change. You don't live very long doing those three things together. Nobody does. You can't.
Bro, you're Clav. Just get a new crew, gang. Try to find one. You're famous. People know you. Leave these fuckers. They don't need you. Because you're the purpose, literally. You are the streamer here. They're just the staff. Kick them. Get a new one. See how easy it is, Clav? It's never that hard.
Obviously, I don't think many of us are huge fans of this guy, but the last thing I want to see is anybody die. So I truthfully hope that this guy can get the help he needs and hopefully distance himself from the people that might be holding him back from that. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, this is pretty scary shit. This is the kind of thing that you can very easily not come back from, and not in the way that like, oh, he's gonna lose his audience, he's not gonna have a following anymore. No, like, he's gonna die and it's gonna be over. Like I said, it's good that he came back and said he's not gonna be touching that shit anymore. But I mean, to OD and then go to a club the next night, I don't know why that feels like such a bad decision to me, but
it is a bad decision. But at the end of the day, you're in Miami, bro. Miami is all about the parties and this shit, bro. But also, you do need to take care. I really have nothing to say, chap. Like, literally, I have nothing to say except thank you guys so much for 70 subs. It means a lot to me. Motivates me a lot, by the way. And Yeah, honestly, I think he's doing too much. I'm not gonna lie. Clav needs a new team. Like, you're famous. You have the money. Just go get a new team. It's not that difficult. These are not your friends, bro. Your friend is wearing a fucking wig. Like, come on. That's enough for me, bro, to say. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on those post notification. And yeah, have a blessing day and peace.